Hi everyone, I'm Any New Province, and I just finished up the league with Rug Madness. It's been hanging out in the fringes for a while now, and I cannot wait for it to break through. You can cast 2 Basking Root Wallas on turn 1 in whatever match you want by clicking on the timestamps in the description down below. While you're down there, if you wouldn't mind liking the video or subscribing to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. It's a great way to let me know you've enjoyed everything, and it really encourages me to keep making great Pauper content. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the league. All right, here we go. Match 1, game 1. I was advised not to be tempted by the early Root Wallas, but this looks pretty okay, because even on turn 2, if we're not doing anything else with our mana, we can pump Root Walla. We'll have a few cards in our graveyard to pump up the Mandrills. We can pitch this Deep Analysis to use later. This seems like a pretty okay hand, actually. I kind of like it. It's not yours from the start. Oh, it was maybe some famous poet or something like that. But I do recommend a good night's sleep. I saw precisely one Google seminar about how a good night's sleep is so important. But anyway, I think this is probably a keep. This looks pretty good. We get a turn 1 Root Walla. We get to, yeah, there's lots of stuff we can do with it. Yeah, I like it too. So we get a turn 1 Root Walla. Probably not going to pitch the Fire Temper. We'll pitch Deep Analysis. And then on turn 2, we'll see what our hand looks like. It's a meme or something. Oh no. Oh no, we're memeing already. It's match 1, game 1. I've had so little time to solidify ourselves. Well, there's Insolent Neonate, which will also allow us to just start putting pressure on while representing the Root Wall if our opponent has interaction. Just kind of nice. I still think looting's probably better on turn 1. I think we get just as much out of our turn 1 with a looting. Plus, we want to set up extra red mana for this Fiery Temper. So I am going to looting on turn 1. Draw 2. See what we find. Oh, the turn 1/2 Root Wallas. I have to do it. I know it's bad, but I want to do it so bad. That's true. That's true. Ugh, I'm going for it. I'm too excited. Oh yeah, cast the boys. You can't not do it. This is madness. Oh yeah, no, Decay. Decay is just gonna completely rip us in half here. So opponent starts with Evolving Wilds. It looks like we are against some kind of, probably Blue-Black Delver. They're gonna probe. Yep. Here comes Blue-Black. So it's strange. We almost have to leave this out to pump versus Echoing Decay, which is a little awkward. Means we can't use our mana that efficiently next turn. We can start putting pressure on, though. What's up? I probably can never say that right, so I'm just going to go with Corinne. Or Corrine. Alright, our opponent's having a pretty good think about it. They're not sure. They're not sure about the Wallas. About the madness. This is so mad. This is mad lizard. Angry Lizard Boy. Look how flexed his neck is. Look how mad he is. That's true. That's true. Especially if we don't find any more mana. We're just not doing anything else next turn, so. Yeah. For sure. Absolutely. Definitely need more mountains. Need more mountains right away. Opponent plays Augur. Okay. That's not a huge issue. We can pump whatever one it blocks. But they could be doing that to try to like bait us into not playing around Echoing Decay, but at this point, that's kind of all right. I don't even think they'll trade their Augur right away. Pretty big game that these attack through Augur Bolas. Another mountain would be great because we can play mountain, run out Neonate, hold up Temper. And hopefully, ooh, opponent finds Daze. Okay. Well, that makes our lines pretty awkward. Now I don't know whether we run out this Evolving Wilds and just wait a turn or not. Get a mountain. Next turn, play Forest. I don't think they'll Daze Neonate. Just attack and pump? That seems really slow. I feel like this has to fetch a mountain for us to really get stuff going. If we just play a Forest and pump, we're not doing anything next turn. Maybe you're right. Maybe pressuring them is correct. They have Daze in hand. I think I can live with that. So I'm going to try it. All right, cool. So pump our guy. Auger down. Opponent takes 1. We'll pass. Opponent brainstorms, and we can neonate around days or lightning bolt around days if our opponent lands. Well, they have days, guys. Don't forget they have days, or lightning bolt around days if they play a Delver this turn. So we'll see. Yeah, it was a pretty good removal spell. Opponent's going to cycle Ash Barrens. They're going to get their swamp so that they can snuff things out where appropriate, which is understandable. So that's good. We didn't get punished too hard there. I guess they have foil too, so if they want to protect their Delver with foil, they can do that. I feel like Gurmag Angler is going to be an issue. I guess Insolent Unit can attack around it. We can just... Alright, so go to combat, swing. It's questionable as to whether I think I want second mountain here instead of island. We already have deep analysis in hand, but I just think a mountain is more valuable here. Because next turn we might be able to set up some kind of fiery temper line. Opponent plays an island, so it seems like they're flooding out a little bit. I'm pretty sure this deck doesn't play that many islands. Guys, do not let me forget that they have a daze. So we're going to see the Gurmfather? I think we're going to see the Gurmfather. All right. You got it. Yeah, Menace is pretty all right here. All right, so pass the turn, Firebolt. Well, our opponent is representing removal magic pretty hard here. So I think we're going to cast another Neonate this turn. You'll be like 3-for-1ing yourself or more to deal with Angler, but you should be okay. Hopefully. I don't think this is a value deck necessarily. I think they are looking to 2-for-1 you about as often as they can, but I think sticking a couple of these menace creatures and maybe having our opponent walk into a removal spell later on might be okay. Opponent's thinking about countering. No counters. All right, let's just pass. We'll leave up Fiery Temper, although I'm not totally convinced that it's going to resolve. It might give us a line to get a lot of burn on them next turn. Here comes Augur. Yep. Gonna leave up Counterspell. They find Snuff Out. Okay. So Snuff Out days 4 unknowns in their hand. They're being very careful with their mana. It's gonna be a cantrip. Gosh, oof. All right. They are now a card advantage deck. So a whole bunch of stuff in our opponent's hand. Luckily, they'll probably be discarding the hand size, and they're not leaving up a lot of mana. Yeah, I think we're going to have to try that next turn, although it's a little sketchy. Right? Because it's a little sketchy because they're representing counter magic that, like, they have days for sure, but they're also representing counter magic Snuff Out. So I don't know about that, man. All right, so we're going to pass back to them. They're going to discard Swamp. We find Looter that we can't cast. We're going to go to combat and swing with everything. Maybe that's not the line. Maybe we Fiery Temper this. We do have a lot of burn damage. But we have to get our burn through their stuff. I think Sox is right. I think we got to pressure them with creatures. Maybe they'll get a bit greedy with their Snuff Out. And then we might be able to do it. I think once they commit one more land, they're going to have enough counter backup that we could be reasonably be in too much trouble. They'll just have too much interaction. So, yeah, we can't do that if we don't Fiery Temper, right? I'm not just running a Root Wall into this. So I kind of want to try to Fiery Temper it. We also have Looting in the bin, that's true. All right, let's swing with everything. We do have tons of burn, so maybe if we can get our opponent to tap a little bit lower, We'll be okay. See if they block. They do block. All right. So we'll pump Root Wall. See if they snuff out. Them dealing 4 damage to themselves here is actually okay. Because then they go to 7. Yeah, nice. Okay. And we have tons of burn in hand. So we really just have to work on... We can't play around days here, which really sucks. But we really just have to try to leverage these burn spells as well as we can before the Angler kills us. Preordains. Okay. I like that they're cantripping here. I think they're going to leave that 2 blue mana up. I don't know if they're just trying to represent something or not. Of course, it's pretty sketchy. If we can attack with everything next turn and present a line, like if they get in with Angler here and then we put them down to 5, we might have a good chance, but it's still pretty touchy. This deck works real well in the narrow margins. I'm not going to walk into Daze here. Lightning Axe. Okay. Well, I think we have to try to go for this. They're representing counter magic like crazy here, but we can potentially wipe their board while playing around Daze. So a single counter spell isn't the end of the world, and we'll still get damage in with Neonates. So let's try it like this. And yes, Mandrills will be coming online soon. So we'll cast Fiery Temper at, yeah, them, I think. Probably is the best option. And we'll see what our opponent counters if they do counter. We'll get 2 more cards in the bin, which means everything goes through. This is a little weird. Okay, they do have counter spells, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So we have enough to cast Mandrills, but unfortunately our opponent has Daze, and you can't over delve to fight Daze. So we're sort of against a rock and a hard place here, but I think we have to play to try to win next turn. Well, they have Daze in hand, so I think what we're going to do here is we're going to attack with everything. We're going to try to force them down to 2 so that either Lightning Bolt or Firebolt is lethal next turn. All right, so Neonate's going to go down without trading for anything, so we should use its discard ability. Discard Deep Analysis, draw a card. Drew an Island, that's all right. So we'll see if we can bait out their Daze. Although, now we can Hooting Mandrills. So I think that's the play. Yeah. Okay. Pass the turn. Lots of stuff on board to work with. Opponent does have 6 cards in hand. We're at a healthy 15 here, though. 2 types of lethal burn in hand. Cross your fingers, guys. This deck can produce quite a bit of nonsense in a single turn. We've seen the Snuff Out. Ghastly Demise. Pretty good. 1 mana, kill a Mandrills. Ooh, another Angler. Okay. That's trouble. But they're at 2. They've got to have a lot of choice counter magic here to beat us. Angler gets in. I think we take it. I want them to have to use Ghastly Demise on this, just in case we can't win next turn. All right, let's go for it. Firebolt you. For the win. Opponent's going to counterspell. We'll Lightning Bolt in response. GG. Oh my goodness. Okay, they're going to Daze. Sure. So we will pay for Daze. They scoop it up. Okay. Right on. Woo! Okay, Delver deck. What are we doing here, Socks? What are we doing? as the ironic gentleman who came up, incepted, if you will, blue-black 1-drops, that would be that would be good. That would be good to review the plays. All right, so what are we bringing in? I feel like Jilt is actually kind of okay in this matchup. Yeah, they would like have to triple Daze. So what do you think? I think this is the Jilt matchup, but I think that's it, right? We don't really have anything else for it. So what do we bring in? I don't think we're the grindy deck. I think we are the aggressive deck. The Electricity doesn't do anything here, so we'll take that out for Jilt. I feel like Firebolt's like a little bit worse, but not that good. We might not have time to deep analysis twice. Yeah, I think we're gonna bring in another Jilt over deep analysis, but I think that's what we want. Yeah, I think that's what we're trying to do. If we're gonna be tapping out for Jilts, I don't think we'll have time to deep analysis as many times as we want to, and it also makes us like a lot more blue heavy. So I think that's how I want to do it. Although I could definitely be convinced otherwise. Cut an island. Madness. We're on the draw, though. You'll do that when you need more action. I could see that, actually. But we do want to hit our 4th land drop, right? I feel like neonates are pretty good here, too. Although I'm not 100% on that. This is tough. This is a really hard deck. You can tell that this is like very tuned. It's a very well played deck. HP deck, and not the Harry Potter kind. All right, so we'll go with that 60. Ugh, this is really slow, but it's got good mana. It's got a Jilt. Against things like elves, you'll cut neonate. This is sketchy, guys, but I think I'm going to keep it. We have access to all of our mana. We do have our early threats that we want. The tap lands are a little brutal, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, we're going to Hoots. The Hoots Magoots is coming throughs this game. And we have a way to discard Moldervine Cloak to start to dredge it out a little bit earlier, as early as next turn. So we should probably stop on our draw step, right? Or stop on our own upkeep. Opponent. Probes. Yeah, this is kind of a weird one. I like Jilt. I want to see what Jilt can do. Alright, so let's see if our opponent's going to snap Daze on the neonate. Tough to say. Foil neonate. 3-for-1 themselves against a neonate. I love it. Eat it up. I think it's finally time for me to like actually play against a foil deck too, which is kind of nice. It's going to be my first time, honestly. Jilt's going to be all of okay in this matchup. Yeah, they're quite fast, right? So it really will depend on that. I think we're going to have to draw lands, so pretty awkward that we have to fetch here, but it is what it is. There's Looter Ilkor. Do we play around second Daze? I really like this card in this position, but I guess we're going to try it. Hello. I like the thugism there. So unfortunately our opponent had just hard counter for Looter Ilkor. And they're going kind of slowly themselves, which is kind of nice. We find some more mana. All right, let's see if they have more counter magic. Wow. Okay. Sure. Yeah, it definitely will. Oh, we've seen a lot of interaction from him. Yeah, oops, all counters is right. Just keep asking questions. That was pretty tough. Daze into hard counter. But we have been sandbagging these root wallas, which are okay, but not great against an angler. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they can just recast that angler next turn. That's kind of a beating. All right, well, Play Rugged Highlands. Play Basking Root Walla. And pass the turn. We're gonna risk the upkeep bounce here, because our opponent has lots of blue mana to fight with it, but they can also just recast it. So maybe we don't want to show them that we're representing here, and we'll see how they play the next turn. They're gonna snuff out Root Walla just straight away down to 12. Okay. Oh, the speakers were disconnected. All right, so our opponent has tapped enough mana. Okay, they're gonna Gush. With Gush on the stack, we will... Oh man, you don't have to pay for Gush. It's so brutal. They'll still have enough mana to just recast the Angler. All right, Gush goes through. They won't have if they burn this mana, or if they go through to attacks, they won't have enough. Oh yes, they will. Never mind. Never mind. They're always with the Angler mana, so I am going to take 5 here to attempt to not take 5 on a future turn and maybe tap down their interaction a little bit in the meantime. Attempt to jilt your Angler. Counterspell. 3 hard counters. Man, they really want it. All right, so Hardcast a Root Walla. 4 cards in our opponent's hand, one of which is a land. And we'll Moldervine Cloak it up with the no green mana I tapped. Pump the boy. They disfigure. Oh my god. A deep analysis is feeling clutch here. That's definitely way too many gushes and counterspells for us to fight through. I think our opponent had a very good draw. My face when I never played Counterspell. Oh, they get me every time. Amateur style, opening up the chat log. It's just kind of impressive how efficient they're using their mana. We are officially pretty out of stuff to do, so we're going to go for a risky line here. While we do still get to play around Daze, we might be able to take out this Angler. So Fiery Temper, hard cast. And is this the foil? Are we going to get foiled? No foil. Angler down. It's going pretty well for them right now, I will say that. Yeah, I thought we were going to get foiled there too. I had a feeling. But seeing as how we're a Faithless Looting deck, we're probably pretty dead here. Opponent plays Relic, Moto dies. All right, we are not going to dredge. Fine looting. Doesn't do anything yet, so we'll pass. And they have a 12-turn clock. That is correct. This might be kind of like a harder version of the deck. Torrential Gear Hulk looking for a friggin' rug to put down and tie the room together. all right. We found a good Faithless Looting target. Nope, we will not Moldervine Cloak. So we'll go ahead and pitch Root Walla to madness it out. And I think we pitch Borderland Explorer here. A little unfortunate. I'm sure our opponent has an answer. Madness our boy. And Mandrills. Yeah, we're not doing anything. We're not going to Faithless Looting here, so this isn't too bad. Hey, thank you very much for the follow, Torrential Gear Hulk. Just pulling the room together for me. All right, let's see. Do we got our opponent? They're off counter spells. We got enough blocks to deal with an Angler. I think you'd want to ask Socks, Doombringers, so they're in the chat. They can definitely field that one a little bit better than myself. Hey, Hardcore MTG, how you doing? Opponent's got the Curse. Curse of Chains. They're the control deck now. I think we'll let Cloak go, especially where Hooting Mandrills is cursed. If we draw something we don't like next turn, then we can Faithless Looting. So Hoots Magoots gets tapped. We can jilt our own Hoots, I think, which is kind of sweet. So let's attack and see how our mana is going to play out this turn. See if they block. If they don't, I'm probably still going to pump. So pump. They take 3. And I think we're going to risk the looting into Daze because they have Relic on board, so it's either we use it now or use it never. Hardcast Daze, you got it. Pass the turn. Yep. Yeah, Socks is here. What's up, Hardcore MTG? Did I already say that? Tripping. Opponent getting in for 1. Refuse to fear the Root Walla because they're gonna shrivel it. Yep. Root Walla goes away. Opponent at 9. 2 cards in hand, though. Too bad Hoots Magoots is so out of commission right now. All right, well, I think we're just going to play 1 more land. No, maybe we should hold on to it. We'll keep F6ing, so I guess we're losing a little bit of bluff value that way. Opponent brainstorming. They already shuffled this turn, so... Or they shuffled last turn, I guess. They might hit another fetch. More Augires. Finds Hydroblast. Not super relevant. I guess it would hit our Faithless Looting, which would be great for us here. Opponent attacks for 1. We're down to 8. We find Borderland Explorer. Well, we will run out Borderland Explorer. And I don't think we'll choose to discard. Each player may... Oh, I guess we might as well, to do some thinning. And to fill up our bin for potential future Hooting Mandrills. Although I'm not super happy about giving them a thin. But I guess it is what it is. So we'll go ahead and run out Mountain. They know about it now. Certainly won't be blocking either of these Augurs. Well, might have to now. There's Ghastly Demise, so that'll take care of our Borderland Explorer pretty much no problem. Yep. Do we find anything that can get us out of it? We don't. So let's hold on to that just in case we find a looting and our opponent actually lets it go. And then again, we can just flash it back. Yep. Attacks, attacks, attacks. Yep. We're down to 3. We find Neonate, which can block for a turn. But they could counter it, and then that's game. Hydroblast. That's it. All right, so that was interesting. I don't think we have any way to fight it. We might be able to outvalue them with Deep Analysis, but I'm not sure. Pulse seems bad. We're on the play, too, so I think Jilt gets even better on the play. We haven't seen any Delvers. Yeah, a little. Especially with all of our instant speed. I'll take a 1. It does power out Mandrills, I guess. Almost. We almost did it, some old country. Cut an Explorer? Yeah, that's I can dig that. But then we're bringing in another blue card. It doesn't attack very well into their plan, though. You're right. So what would you bring in? I don't really want to bring this Deep Analysis in. Yeah, I'll try Pulse. I'm okay with that. They have tons of interactions, so let's bring Pulse in. And I think against your you want to bring an Analysis? Let's do it. I'm down with it. Let's go. It did though, yeah. All right, well, we got a somewhat quick start, so I think I'm going to snap this one off. Looks about right. We got untapped lands to cast our threats. So we'll go ahead and I think I'm going to try to bait with Neonate, because if they point like a Disfigure or something at this, we can just Root Wall next turn. Island and Delver. Okay. So we're going to kill that Delver around Daze next turn, although they might protect it. So we'll play, I guess, Forest and attempt to Firebolt Delver. Go to combat, swing with Insolent Neonate. And I don't even know that we run out Root Walla here. Running Root Walla into Daze seems kind of bad. But if they don't have it, it's so good. I think the upside's too much. Yeah, there's too much upside there. And we didn't get punished, so it's cool. If our opponent does point removal, ooh, that's going to be tough. They get that moving. So Ghastly Demise. Okay, nothing we can do about that. Turn comes back to us. Flooding out a little bit here. Insolent Neonate represents 2 more cards in the bin, which means we can play Hooting Mandrills this turn. So I'm going to go to combat, swing with Neonate. Before they untap with Shrivel. Oh god, you're right. I don't think we're going to get anywhere by waiting here. So let's go ahead and run out our Mandrills. Hope there's no daze. They didn't daze the Root Walla, so I've got a good feeling they don't have it. But I guess we're going to find out. There's Hydroblast. Okay, so they can counter our Lightning Bolts if they don't use their blue mana this turn. They do. They got the Curse, no doubt. All right. Yep, Delver gets in. Well, no land. We draw a land. Pretty much ideal there. So we'll Bolt Delver, play Swiftwater Cliffs, pass the turn. Opponent's definitely up on cards here. Ooh, and they get to Brainstorm Fetch. Yay! Alright, let's see how this goes. Pretty powerful stuff happening, though. For sure. Oh man, I can't believe they have all of the answers all the time. It's pretty impressive. Island. Yep. We find Pulse, but we got no creatures to pulse back. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and pass, I guess. We need a Jilt, yeah. What's up, Brittany? How you doing? Well, we're getting mad over here. Getting mad. Urgh, so mad. Jilt would be cool here. That would feel really interesting. They like play a Delver, we Jilt, kill the Delver, or something. That would be cool. I'm totally behind that. How are you doing, Veprineer? And Angles. Here you come. And our opponent's going to leave up some counter magic for our potential red spells. We're getting mad. Root Walla. Okay, well, run out Roots Magoots. Rude. And pass turn. No need to be pulsing this turn. So our opponent's on Hydroblast, 3 unknowns now. Augur. Gush. Ugh. Yep. Preordain. See if you're going to do any keeping. And this is madness. Yeah. That's true. Maybe they won't attack. One on top, one on bottom with the Preordain. So I feel like the reckoning of the Root Walla's reckoning is coming. They'll probably wait till our turn, and until we commit mana to pump it. So we'll see what happens there. I'm gonna play land here. Go to combat. Swing with Root Walla. We're not in the position where we want to block with it just yet. And I feel like they have removal for it. They're waiting until we do this. And they're going to point removal at it. Yep. Okay. Sure. So. That's the flavor. Yeah, that's cool. All right. I think we're going to pulse on their upkeep. And hopefully that both buys us some time and puts a Root Wall into our hand for next turn. Opponent doesn't care about the pulse. Oh, the deck's not updated. Oh, frig. Okay. Hold up. I gotta get that. That's my bad. And I actually don't have a list posted. I think I have to go get I have to go get the deck list. Oh, looting. That's a pretty cool draw right there. So are they going to Hydroblast? Well, Faithless Looting. All right, pitch. Rootwalla. Land. I think we're lining up for a decent Fiery Temper here. So we'll cast the Rootwalla. But they have Hydroblast, right? Just pass. I guess if we can force them into somehow wasting their interaction on it, we'd be okay. Oh, man. All right, give me 1 sec, guys. After this match, we will certainly go update the Nightbot. Yeah. I'm aware. So we'll go grab that soon. Opponent sees the Fiery Temper, so they know they're going to have to use Hydroblast, potentially. And they may choose not to attack, but I don't think just running Rootwalla, or chumping with Rootwalla essentially here, is worth. No. So we'll just pass. Another Angler? Oof. Alright, gang. They have a removal spell, we're dead. That's cool. Alright, well, pass the turn. What do we need? 2 red mana? So really, if we Faithless Looting here, we're probably just pitching Faithless Looting something else. And that doesn't play around days very well, so I'm just going to pass. This isn't possibly Pauper playable, though. Black could be cool. Opponent's going to attack. Alright, so we'll go to blocks. Pump Rootwalla. And attempt to Lightning Axe this Angler. Discarding Fiery Temper. We're going to get 1 Angler. It took a while, but we're going to get 1 of them. Hopefully. Although our opponent could just have like infinite removal here. Or infinite counter magic. Hydroblast's the Temper. Okay. And is this counterspell for Lightning Axe? Another Hydroblast. Oh, good. Hey, okay. Sure. We're at 5. Opponent plays a land. Rugged Highlands isn't going to do it. So we'll looting. That was pretty sweet. Okay, pitch Deep Analysis, pitch Rugged Highlands. Faithless Looting. We would have to go looting into, what, like Fiery Temper... Oh, there's a Lightning Axe. But we can't cast it for its additional cost because we've looted it away. So we're dead. Boom. Too bad. Ah, yes, Bobby found dead. Old nemesis mine. This hand's way too slow. I don't think it's bad enough. I'm going to keep. We might be able to get the temper going. I don't mind another Neonate to help us dig. We can pitch some of these unplayables. I'm into it. Yeah, got it. We got there. All right, Fairy Miscreant starting it out. Bobby found dead, generally a Delver purist, so we'll see. See if we can't take down Delver. This is even a Madness Shrivel. Oh, there's a Madness Shrivel? How much do you pay for it? That's kind of cool. Our creatures are all 1/1s, though. Ponder. Jund Madness does have a nice ring to it, I have to admit. Oh, the new Spectacle Burn spell it's going in burn. It's definitely going in burn. Without a doubt. That's kind of cool. It's damage, too. Ah, we're playing the Flare Husk version of Delver. That's going to be pretty good at blocking our Neonate. I guess unless they attack with Miscreant here. Yep. So instant speed Fiery Temper is going to be pretty crucial. Being popular and getting a new card that made it even better. So a lot of players started playing it and being a good deck, results came in. However, I don't believe it's format breaking or anything. That seems about as logical and reasonable as I'm willing to believe that Verdneer. I'm definitely behind that as well. That pretty much succinctly, or it's the most convincing argument I've heard. That didn't feel any more broken than like Mono Blue Delver feels. If you played against that Mono Blue Delver nut draw, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is a scary time to behold. So I think opponent's going to try to ninja here. We're going to try to get him with a Fiery Temper. Yep. No blocks. Here comes Ninja. Yep. So we gotta hope they don't have Daze. This doesn't look like Mono Blue Delver, though. So we'll sack, discard, Fiery Temper. AKA typical Mezzle game. Yes, exactly. End boss Mezzle is like exemplary of what I'm talking about. I don't know. I think it's warped to the deck because people are enjoying playing it. Oh, Mutagenic Growth. Okay, that's pretty bad. Yikes. Okay. Well, we had a chance. We no longer have a chance, probably. We can kill Ninja this turn, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And we should probably expect that this is Mono Blue Delver. So that was kind of a massive beating. All right, what do we draw? Bolt. Okay. So unfortunately, I think we still have to keep trying to kind of hammer this Ninja. Ninja of the Deep Hours is just far too good. It's way too good of a card. We have another instant speed answer for it in hand, but it's more valuable to dig with the Neonate than anything. Yeah, sometimes Delver just doesn't flip. It's a powerful card. Like, don't get me wrong at all. It is a really good card. But it's been around a very long time. We've been seeing it for ages. All right, are we running it back? Does opponent have more answers to Fiery Tempers? Let's try it one more time. I don't think there's a lot of universes where we survive that many hits off of Ninja. So we'll try it one more. See if they got another Muta. We're out of... Oh, they have Daze. God. Okay. We'll draw Evolving Wilds. Okay. That'll get us our Forest for our Hooting Mandrills. Yep. So that's probably it. We're at 12 now. But I can't imagine we survive much longer. So we'll play a land and pass. Or spend time trying to, or build your deck around it, right? I don't know. I'm not in the camp. I'm not in the camp of banning things. Like, I hardly think we're even able to understand what blue-black is doing yet. And blue-black Delver's been a popular deck before. It's just a new, strong build of an already pretty strong deck. All right, if opponent has hard counter here, we are in just a mess of hurt. So we've got to get Hoots Magoots down to even stand a chance. All right, so it resolves. Maybe our opponent has an answer, bounce spell or something. Oh, God. All right, that's definitely game now. Woof. Just getting pummeled. All right, let's see. We've only seen 2 islands, too, although Snap Mutagenic Growth definitely doesn't scream anything but Mono Blue Delver. I'm about to become the beatdown. I'm with you there. All right, I guess we're going to try to Hoots Magoots again. So we'll go ahead and Evolving Wilds. I guess we'll get our blue mana now for what that's worth. And try to Hoot. But our opponent might just have more Dazes or hard counters. They let it go. Do they have another Snap? Vapor Snag, okay. Jilts and Blazing Volleys? You got it. And we'll go to 2. We'll see if our opponent gives us any more info, but I'm 100% on Mono Blue Delver here. Oh no, we won't go to 2. We'll just die. Mono Blue Delver, everybody. So was that how much worse was that than Blue Black? All right, so we'll bring in Blazing Volleys. We'll bring in Jilts. And what are we taking out? Probably taking an island if we want more gas, right? Well, we want the 4-mana version. Yeah, Deep Analysis is going to come out. We're the beatdown now, so we'll take our Preordain. And Trickery is probably good here. Lightning Axes might not do enough, but they do kill their big boy, Spire Golem, which is probably going to be kind of important. Moldavine Cloak's probably a little slow. So we'll take out Cloak. Well, so let's have a look at what we took out. So we took out Cloak, Analysis, and Preordain for 2 Blazing Volley, 2 Jilt. Oh, okay. I'm way off. All right, so cut 2 Borderline Explorer, 2 Neonate. Got it. Yeah, they do. Take out your willingness to be alive. Gotcha. Done and done. Well, I think we are going to go get green mana on turn 1 with Evolving Wilds, and then turn 2 we'll Faithless Looting. Although we kind of want more red mana so that we can set up a Madness line, but we need green. I think early Mandrills is one of the ways we could kind of get away with things. Although they just have like infinite bounce spells, so maybe this hand's just not good. Turn 1, Forest. Turn 2, Mountain. Probably looting away our draw plus one of these removal spells. I don't know about this. No. No, it came back in. I made the cuts you suggested. This hand's not that good. I want to pretend to be blue-red control. All right, well, let's try that. So we'll keep this. We'll go get our blue mana and sort of disregard Hooting Mandrills for the time being. So play Evolving Wilds, pass the turn. Yeah. All right. Sounds good. I'm with you there. So go get Island. And found another Mandrills. So I think the idea is to loot those away. Although I really feel like our opponent's going to try to Ninja next turn. So in the face of that, I think I am just going to play Mountain and pass. We got a couple lines against Ninja. We can try to Lightning Axe it through a Daze. And it also plays around Mutagenic Growth sufficiently. We'll just pitch one of these Mandrills because we're not casting them anytime soon. So opponent does not Ninja. A little bit of a waste of a turn. They're going to Delver instead. Okay. Interesting. A little bit of a waste of a turn. But I don't think we can risk burning it anyway. There's looting, so I don't think we can wait on looting anymore. Wow. All right, getting a little mana screwed. We'll pitch the Mandrills and pass. No lands. That's tough. That's really tough there. All right, opponent. What are you on? Is it Ninja time? They play a land. No Flip Delver, so probably at least a Spell Stutter in hand. Ninja comes down. Yep. Getting whelped. All right, so we'll try to Firebolt Ninja. Because if we're being the control deck, we definitely can't beat it. Opponent has Hydroblast. Wow. Okay. Plays a land. Here they come. Take 3 down to 13. Draw off Ninja. ponder. I probably could have gone and got red there. That would definitely be considerably better on this board state. Multiple Delvers. All right, what do you got? Do you have a way to fight it? Or does everything die? That's one way. That's one way. You can beat that many attacks by a ninja. But I don't think we're out of the woods at all yet. Even by a little bit. So let's see what happens here. One on top, one on bottom. Or one on bottom, one on bottom. One on top, one on bottom. Another draw off ninja, so they got what they were looking for. Delver comes down. Found our land, finally. All right, so let's play a land. And we're still trying to get rid of this ninja, unfortunately. So, target ninja. Pitch. Faithful Saluting? We might be able to have a good turn with Lightning Axe next turn. And they have Spell Stutter. All right. Not good. This Delver flips. Ooh. All over Gush. Opponent attacks for a Jillian. We got one turn. Additional ninjas. So now our opponent has Spell Stutter backup. Which is bad. Hey, thank you very much for the follow, Archimedes. They're tearing us up here. They Gush, and that's probably just going to be it. They're representing tons of damage next turn. They have Spell Stutter in hand. We find Blazing Volley. That doesn't do it. I think that's just it. I think we're majorly dead in the water. Maybe if we could have got a Jilt off there or something, but what can we do to try to win? Pretty much nothing. Even playing a blocker doesn't do it here. Yeah, that's just it. Jeez. Mono Blue Delver. Maybe I'm learning the lines a little bit better. This is a pretty clear mulligan. This isn't that bad. We have double red. We have really good mana here. So I think I'm going to keep this. See if we can scry a threat to the top. I think we have enough interaction for now, so I'm going to bottom this. The self-immolation, Linkenzie, or the self-flagellation. We find another land. That is definitely not what we're looking for. I feel like I'm not banning you out of spite now. I feel like that would be too gratifying for you. So some mono black variant. This will be interesting. Signs and Blood. Okay. Pretty standard mono black start. Although it could be anything. Seen like Rakdos mid-range decks coming out and stuff like that. We are just getting flooded though. So play Swiftwater Cliffs and pass. They are a creature deck after all, so maybe we can find some way to value them out. Chittering Rats. Well, that is not a great way to save yourself from mana flood. But we will put a land on top. And we'll probably Firebolt that just to keep their devotion low and keep their beats down. Hey, no problem, Dolce Ann. I appreciate you saying you liked it and that it's good. Thank you. It was really fun. Oh, we're burned out deck now? Okay. Let's go. Let's burn them out. See if they'll deal enough damage to themselves and resolve fewer Garys than we can. Oh, more Chittering Rats. That is not good. Okay. Mount on top. And I still think we have to kill this Chittering Rats because they can just cast Gary next turn, and that's like insane. Play a mountain. Then we have nothing going on. I think it's just classic mono black control. I'm going to give them one turn with the Chittering Rats. If we get Garried, we get Garried. But we might find another answer for this, and we can Firebolt it next turn. So maybe they don't find a land. They're going to cycle Barrenmore. Mismatch Rats. Oof. There's a Rager. Okay. No big deal. And the scarier Chittering Rats. The art on this is like beautiful though. It's one of those things like it can't be that scary because it's so gorgeous. Oh yeah, Temper's instant. True though. Opponent attacks with Chittering Rats. So we could have done it in response to a Gary. You're right. I guess I was thinking I wanted to see, almost instead of using it on Chittering Rats, if I could risk waiting for Gary. That's awkward. I still think Gary is a more pressing threat, so we're going to go ahead and try to hedge against it by firebolting this Chittering Rats. And pass the turn, we have a threat. To time walk, it can be sometimes. Sometimes you're on a clunky draw. Your opponent, like this is a perfect example. Archimedes, 1219. Yeah, so if you look up blue-white Tron, it's very similar to Prison Strategies, Ristic Tron. And I have some videos for it up on my YouTube channel, so you can check them out right there. So if you just check Ristic Tron, or search for Ristic Tron, and I'll get you a specific link if you have any trouble finding it at all. But yeah, it's a pretty cool deck. So despite... Oh man, how do we want to play this? So our opponent's going to... Yeah, check it out. Our opponent's going to try to ping our Insolent Neonate, and I'm okay with that. Because we have a lot of X1s, and we can't protect our Root Walla when it comes down, and I don't mind digging for more action anyway. So, where's this going? Going to Neonate. Okay, so we'll ping them. And sack, discard Fiery Temper for value. Ooh, Enchantress as well, yeah. And we'll have to kill the Kuumbash, which is... But I want to dig deeper as well. So we'll see what we find. See if we can find a Hooting Mandrills, something like that. We find a forest. Not great. Okay. I could have pinged Phyrexian Rager and then Electric Reed. Probably would have been ideal. All right, Rager gets in. Yep. It isn't very enchanted. Oh, they find another Chittering Rats. Good God. All right, well, we're kind of in a hard lock here. Opponent's got us in the rat lock, big time. Firebolt would be an awesome draw. But we're kind of dead on board to a Gary here. So let's see what they've got. I feel like they're sandbagging just infinite removal. Yep, we'll go down to 12. And draw Neonate, okay. So play Neonate. We are rat locked. It's true. And pass the turn. I feel like we just flooded out a little bit too hard this game. We're going to take 4. We're not blocking with Neonate this turn. There's Kuumbash, which is okay. Oh yeah, Gary's big oofs now. Ah, fair enough. Few too many lands on the battlefield for sure. Fiery Temper. Okay, well, I think I learned my lesson last time. However, I do want to try to get this Electricity line to kill this Chittering Rats. So we are going to go to attacks. Attack for 1. And we'll do it right this time, for what it's worth. Pass the turn. Gary? Ugh. Okay. So we'll 1, 2, 3 Fiery Temper at Chittering Rats. Gary comes down. We get drained for a bunch. Not completely useless, but still pretty useless. And we're just dead. So our opponent chooses not to ping. We can't kill their creature. Yeah, so we're dead. I guess we're not just dead. We can do this. Look for a removal spell. We find Root Walla, and that's it. What do we have on top? Looting. Mountain. All right, mono black control. So now we really got to get into Value Town. Try to outvalue them. Electricity obviously comes out. I don't think this is a Jolt matchup at all. We didn't see any Chainer's Edicts, although I wouldn't mind a little bit of graveyard hate. Yeah, what do you think? Do you think we just have to outvalue them? Bring in one Macabre to try to hedge a little bit, and then... Yeah, we got time walked 3 times, so that's pretty reasonable. So we can bring in one Fairy Macabre to kind of hedge a little bit against Chainer's Edict. Over Electrickery. I think they're pretty equivalent here. Our Enchantment Hate won't do it. Pulse of Barasa might be okay. Yeah. So mad. I don't really know if we want to be pulsing here, though. What would we take out for pulse? We probably definitely want preordained deep analyses to find our mandrills on time when it's time to turn the corner. Maybe the looters or like one of the X ones. All right, Vapridnir, thank you very much for the good luck. I appreciate it. Try to keep my sanity. I'll do my best. I will try not to discard the entirety of my sanity, although it is tempting. Yeah, I think it's kind of tough. We're going to have to kill the witches a little more aggressively, I think. But I'm okay with this. And not bother with the Macabre. All right. I got you for next time. So we'll keep this. This isn't too bad. We can double spell next turn. We can start the beats. We can get a Root Wallet down reactively. It's true. It's true. And the fact that it hits like 2 Chainer's Edicts, pretty unlikely, but hopefully we find green mana to get the pumping going. But we're going to try to pressure them. It's we're also not on the low latency streaming like we usually are, which I wish we were. Should HH. So we'll see if they try to disfigure Neonate. Yep. So we'll discard Rootwalla, draw a card. 1 with nothing. Let's go. Cast Rootwalla. Oh my god, you guys would love that, wouldn't you? The 1 with nothing week. More Neonates. Okay, well, we'll cast 2 more threats next turn. Hopefully our opponent's not on Shrivel. That would be ideal. It isn't good anywhere else. How could we break it? How are we going to break 1 with nothing? Okay, I think 2 Neonates is worse than pitching a couple of these cards that aren't doing anything. Trying to find green mana to start pumping Rudy Boy. Moldervine Cloak doesn't do it, so we'll pitch, and then cast Neonate. Probably even pitching Moldervine Cloak. If anything gets targeted with removal. We really have to hit green mana by next turn, but if we can use Insolent Neonate to deal some damage next turn, I think it's worth holding on to. So opponent down to 19. Pretty cool that you can just be on red mana. Ooh, they're mana screwed. Okay. Let's try to take advantage of that. Go to combat and swing. I really wish we had green mana here. The dream. Opponent's mana screwed. Let's get him. All right, play Neonate. Pass the turn. If they're going to stay mana screwed, attacking for 3 every turn is just as good as desperately digging for land here. So we just find green mana naturally, which we did, a little slowly, but we did find it. Then we'll be able to pump up Rootwalla with Moldervine Cloak next turn, and then on subsequent turns for quite a while. Yeah, maybe they have 1 land disfigured. They figured we're pretty slow. They didn't see a lot of threats. Really cool you could just be on red, but I really wish I had a green spell. Thinking about trading one of these Neonates in, but now that we have our green mana, I can't think of why I would, unless we were going to hit a Mandrills. They could have a bunch of Shrivels in hand too, which is definitely sketchy. Find another forest. All right, hope they don't have Disfigure, guys. So Moldervine, Cloak Up, Rootwalla. What do you think, opponent? Do you have the Disfigure? Nope. Sweet. So we got him on a 2-turn clock. And they'll have to Doomblade the Rootwalla to win. All right, go ahead. You're at 8. The punishment. Oh, they found another land. Okay. Does that do it? Kumbaj Witches. Okay. I don't know if that does it. I probably should have Moldervine cloaked up a Neonate, but I certainly will now. All right, so cloak up Neonate. Play land, go to combat, and swing. I'm playing the land just in case we have to pump Rootwalla for something. So they have to chump now. They're just going to take it. Okay. Game? Snuff out? Got him. All right. So opponent got a little bit greedy. We're not going to get punished for the weird sideboarding. We'll take a Fairy Macabre for Pulse of Marasa. Is there anything else we should sub in Pulse for? Yeah. Cast Burning Inquiry. Hope you hymn their lands. That could be cool. I've never tried Burning Inquiry. I know that some people were brewing around with it on Reddit and in the Discord for a while. Like a Madness deck that ran Inquiry. I don't know if you had anything to do with that or not, Socks. Maybe. I feel like there isn't a ton of dedicated Madness players around. Felden's Cane would be nonsense. Doesn't Felden's Cane not exile itself? Yeah, I'd be down going down one more Cloak. I think we drew exactly how many we'll need. No, you do have to exile it. What's up, Marilyn? How you doing tonight? I love Jilt, though. Don't get me wrong. Jilt is one of the coolest cards. Okay. All right. I think this is fine. I think Faithless Looting is going to sort us right out here. And we have a way to kind of like stop their early aggression or burn them out if they get onto a slow start again. So I think this is okay. I'm going to keep this. 23 land, 26 removal, 1 Felden's Cane. Mikey Ruru is like way ahead of you. Me too. Me too. All right, so Firebolt, pretty safe to pitch that to Looting if we find just a bunch of gas off the top. We don't find that much gas, so we'll pitch Looter as we can't cast it. And I think we pitched land here. I think I'm happy with all of this interaction. We'll pass. See what our opponent's got going on. They cost a lot, though. Like, watch what happens in this game. If I don't do anything till turn 3, pretty much guaranteed dead. That's just kind of how Pauper works. I do have a kind of reactive hand, so it might not be the best to judge this game. Judge based on this game, but nonetheless. I guess we might as well run out Red Source. We could draw Rootwalla next turn, though. So let's go ahead and play Forest. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we haven't really gotten too deep into that. The Spectacle Bolt? Lightning Spectacle? No rats one time. Heckin'. Okay, that's not a big deal. I'm kind of remiss to just run out Hooting Mandrills next turn, and I don't really want to Bolt this, where Bolt kills Witches and our other spells don't. So I think we're just gonna... Ooh, Lightning Axe, that's interesting. Alright, change of plans. I think we're gonna Lightning Bolt We're going to lose a Faithless Looting about it, but I think it's worth it. Hopefully they don't just have an Edict in hand, but of course it's mono black control, so they probably do. But we'll see. I feel like we have kind of a strong hand against what they're trying to do if they don't have an answer for this, but I'm assuming they do. Spectabolt. Oh, yeah. But so, oh yeah, definitely yay. I'm just wondering what people are going to take out for it. I thought it was like a chandelier. But anyway, I wonder what people are going to substitute for it. Like, I think Magma Jet should come out. Like, Magma Jet feels a little weaker to me than anything else you can be doing with Burn, you know what I mean? Oh no, Needle Drop is like one of the best cards in Burn, I think. I think Needle Drop is insane. Like, Needle Drop is one of my favorite cards by a lot. So I'd be keeping Needle Drop. It just does so much. Like, the hardest point of the game for Burn is later in the game when they're like struggling to top deck the win and they hit Needle Drop and they find a Fire Blast off it and it's like exactly how much damage they need. It's just all the kinds of things you want to be doing. Yeah, 10 points in Burn in hand, huh? Pretty nice. I think we'll just pass through. I think we're going to hard cast Fiery Temper on one of these. Our 1/1s, yeah, our 1/1s can't our 1/1s can't attack or just even be on board if our opponent just has a massive swath of creatures, and it also makes their Garys a lot better. So I think if we play control until we find another Hooting Mandrills, we might be okay. Although they are the mono black control list, so we'll have to see. The obvious answer is 64 card Burn. So the vanilla Gary going to come down. So trigger on the stack will Lightning Axe it, Pitch Deep Analysis. Oh, just Gurmfather. Okay, well, that's fine too. So if they're in the Gurmfather plan, I have a little bit more hope for one of our threats sticking. Part of me kind of wants to hold on to this, but I don't know that we'll ever find something worth removing besides Gurmag Angler. And I'm going to pitch the Deep Analysis. Little remiss to do so, but you got to do what you got to do. The nuclear option. Yeah. That's definitely worth axing. All right, pass the turn. Could use a little bit of blue mana, but we're controlling their board fairly well. I feel like they have 4 burn or 4 removal spells and possibly a land in hand. And we're in kind of a similar situation, but we have Deep Analysis in the bin, so we might be able to recoup advantage somehow. Way less answers for Gary now. So there's Gary. Okay. That's not the end of the universe. I'm going to take 2 until I can just 2-for-1 them, unless they try to run out of Gary next turn, and then we have to find a solution. Thanks, I hate it. I missed that Faithless I exiled too. All right, Hooting Mandrills. So, opponent has 3 cards in hand. We've got no instance worth casting, so I think we just tap everything. We're going to leave the Deep Analysis and the other Mandrills for our pulses. Cast Mandrills. Hope our opponent isn't on Infinite Removal, although I had the read that they were on Infinite Removal, so I have reason to believe they still are. On at least 3 removal spells in hand. But maybe they're like Disfigures and stuff like that. I don't know. High hopes, guys. What do you got? Tendrils. Gains a bunch of life. All right. Entropy maximized. Opponent's hitting their card advantage first. That is definitely not what we want to happen. Gary gets in for 2. Mm-hmm. Yep. Graveyard Hate Ninja. Here it comes. All right, well, I guess we just run back the Mandrills plan. But if we do that, we lose the opportunity to pulse back these other Mandrills. However, we save our Deep Analysis, and we have enough control / burn in hand that it won't take too long to make this Mandrills work. They could be on another Tendrils, and then things get pretty far out of reach. But I guess we're going to find out. Edict. All right. Well, we got a pulse target. All the bodies die anyway. Yeah, I guess people know to target the thermos now. Well, we're up to 5 mana. It probably is time to kill the Scary. So I'm going to do that. And we have to hit this deep analysis or we just lose. So we got to hope, guys. We got to hope. Yeah, they have removal for days, but we'll still have a Mandrills in the graveyard for our 2 pulses that we brought in. Yep, opponent's hitting their land drops. More Garys are a perilous suggestion. Ugh, preordain. Okay. Blue mana would be a blessing. Big ol' blessing. Deep analysis. All right. A little bit of draw go. A little control mirror action. But they have dealt with all the Mandrills. I gotta wonder what they might have, besides just all the removal spells in Pauper. Ooh, strategic planning could be cool. That just like mills over, doesn't it? It's like arrange the top. There's Chitters. Okay. That's bad. That's real bad. All right, well, we'll top deep analysis. Chittering Rats, Time Walk. So I'm not removing it with Fiery Temper here. The burn might matter eventually, and we have the Firebolt for it, so we might as well take advantage of it. Our opponent could just have a Bazooka Bog too, which would pretty much ruin our day. So it gave us something to Firebolt. We really need that blue mana. Cycles a Baron more. And they're just a lot more likely to find gas than we are. Ooh, yeah, I think Grapple with the Past would be pretty rad in this deck. Thank you, Some Old Country. Find Moldervine Cloak. It's not doing it. Although sticking Moldervine Cloak and a creature in the same turn would be nice. A little bit more draw go. Phyrexian Rager comes down. Yep. Not going to Fiery Temper it yet. We have Firebolts in our deck. And Phyrexian Rager. Okay. Well, chaining Ragers together. Yeah, I think we're going to have to kill at least one. And see what we draw. Another mountain. Okay. Pass the turn. Oh yeah, that's true though. There isn't a ton of creatures in this deck. There's a few, and they seem to be in the bottom half of our library. Signs of Blood down to 20. I feel like with blue mana, we kind of pop off a little bit because we start drawing into our threats and we stop having to kind of control their board while we're at 14. How much burn have I gone through this game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we had almost lethal burn in hand. If we didn't have to kill all their creatures, we would have been okay. Find a bolt. So I'm going to play a land because we might have reason to use several red cards in a turn. This only happens on stream, guys, I swear. Some days you get unlucky, right? Like we did have a game where we just flooded out pretty epically. And this match, I mean, if you have kind of any... Chittering Rats is built to do that. Like if you get greedy on a mana base, even a little bit, like even 2-color decks struggle against Chittering Rats on their kind of slower draws. So I'm only going to take 2 off of this about once. We might draw Firebolt. Oh, yep. That's what we topped. Pass the turn. It looks like yours. Just, yeah, a million lands. So we do have a few responses to a Gary, which is relevant, but I think right now we've got to do it to buy ourselves some time. So once again, we become the Controlling Madness deck. Every Wednesday? Yeah. Every time I play net decks. All right, pass the turn. We find looting. Okay. All right, pitch Cloak and Preordain. Play Evolving Wilds. We're going to go find our blue source. I think I'd rather flashback looting next turn. I don't really want to pitch this. Although I don't know if I'll have time to cast multiples. But yeah, I don't know if I want to pay life for this, so I'm going to pass. We can totally mill them out. Yeah, they're at 26 right now. Opponent, Chittering Rats. All right. All right, chitters. So we're going to fetch before. We want both of these cards, so we're going to go get blue now. Maybe signaling to our opponent that they should use their discard spell if they have one. And we have so much mana now that I think I'm going to draw off of Deep Analysis before I choose whether I'm going to remove this or not. Probably shouldn't think about it too long, opponent. Take an island. Chitters. We'll top Bolts. I think Bolt's more important. All right. Turn comes back. We will not dredge. We will cast our Deep Analysis. Yeah, I guess that's probably correct. More lands. We found a threat, albeit a somewhat anemic one. We're going to hold on to this land. So we'll play out Neonate, pass the turn. I think we're going to start seeing just so many Disfigures fly here. It's going to be ridiculous. Yep. All right, so draw a card off of Neonate. I feel like I would have done that on end step if I were them. Find a land. I guess that's okay for our looting next turn. Gonna need that pulse. At least one pulse. They also have Edict in the bin, so we're in a pretty awkward position right now. We need 2 threats at least. But yeah, we could deck them, I guess. Somehow. I don't think that happens. When is a mono black control deck ever decked? Except against like Mill or something, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. I'll remove this in response to a Gary if that's something that has to happen. They're just gonna pass. Okay. No replacement effects. We draw Island. So we're gonna go to 5 because we're not getting out of this by not Deep Analysising. There's Pulse. There's 2 pulses. Okay. So let's start with that. Pulse back. Mandrills. Before they can do anything about it. And then I think we're going to pass. We're not going to cast Mandrills because we want to make sure that we have Edict fodder on the battlefield at the same time. And I don't think playing this land is worth it because we might want a Faithless Looting as well next turn. So I'm just going to pass here. I think. It's so much more efficient to pulse back than Neonate. But we can still commit both threats next turn, and we can leave up Lightning Bolt here. And we have looting in the bin for the next couple of turns. Dang it. Oh, that was clutch. All right. Opponent found the Bazooka Bog. Yeah, they might be running Corrupt. That's true. Oh, that was ridiculous. Okay, sure. Maximum punishment for not playing a land. Neonate. Okay, well, we drew one anyway, so that's all well and good. So we'll play Neonate. Play Mandrills. Although, like I said before, pretty dubious thinking our opponent isn't on infinite removal spells. And we'll just pass. They're going to disfigure, so we'll discard Rugged Highlands, draw a card. And they're going to edict this away on their turn. If they don't just kill it now. Draw land, not ideal. Root Wall is still fine on this board. So we have to like we have to rally pretty hard here. But it's not over. Well, you can't do, like, I didn't play the land. I was playing into a line where I was going to, oof, okay. So I'm going to hold on to their edict, exile the Hooting Mandrills. The timing. Is that all of our Mandrills? We have one left. We have one Mandrills left. I didn't play the land because I was playing into a line where I like pulsed back Neonate and then lootinged in the same turn. Like did all of it. Got back Neonate, played Neonate, Mandrills, and looting, pitching 2 lands. But unfortunately, our opponent had a Bazooka Bog. A very well-timed Bazooka Bog. Alright. We go to 7. And Gary pretty much does it now. Draw another land. Alright. Pass the turn. Actually, I think main phase pulsing, Neonate, and digging isn't that bad here. We've got to leave Lightning Bolt up. For sure. We don't have another green source, so even drawing Root Walla here doesn't matter. So I'm just going to pass. Yep. And we'll discard Mountain. Got lots of red mana. What do we draw? There's the Root Walla. A little late, bud. All right, opponent. What do you got? We've only seen one Gary. That's probably the scariest part. And how many Neonates have we gone through now? Just 2? Yeah. This has been a slog. Absolute slog of a match. What have you found? Pestilence. Sure. Kill rats, which kills pestilence. I guess I could just play another creature, but it's worth a try. Opponent's going to pestilence once. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're just dead. Are we just dead? We're just dead, right? They put us to 1. And then they untap and they win. You should link them to this match. Yeah. We both have about a third of our library left. It's been a good hour me and this mono black control player have spent together. They're putting me to 1 with their pestilence right now. And yeah, I don't think we stand very much of a chance of winning. But there's hope. There's hope. They're 1 Gary away from ending it. Or just a land drop would do it. Get out there, Roots Magoots. You go show them what you're made of. That's all right, Socks. That's all right. Thank you very much for the deck, and have a great evening. And Chainer's Edicts. Okay. Down goes Roots Magoots. I really wish I had that Fairy Macabre now. Gary, that's it. All right, guys, here we go. Match 4. This is a little slow going. This is very slow going. We have a way to get deep analysis into the bin. We've got Moldervine Cloak to power out a Hooting Mandrills. Maybe we'll try that line out. Let's give it a go. Oh, yeah, Accumulated Knowledge. Right. Did you guys see that new Andrea Mangucci video with Accumulated Knowledge, like, Legacy Miracles? They're going bananas for AK over in Legacy. We should start playing AK again, guys. It's back in style. Yeah, if that's really what you want to do. Here comes the elves. Ugh. Okay. Okay. I understand. So we're going to play Mountain Neonate. We'll leave up Lightning Axe this turn with Moldervine Cloak as our pitch. We would like to kill something with Lightning Axe this turn if possible, but we really only want to hit Timberwatch Lizalana. Thank you very much for the follow. Ocean Paz 81. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Jank Bank. We're here janking them out. Hopefully. They were like snap playing. They were playing super fast. And then all of a sudden slowed right down. So there's Timberwatch. That is an excellent Lightning Axe target. So we'll do it on their end step. Go ahead and Lightning Axe, Timberwatch, pitching, Moldervine Cloak. And we are going to dredge it next turn. We might be lucky enough to hit a Firebolt too. All right, so we'll go ahead and dredge Moldervine Cloak. Hit a Deep Analysis, which is like interesting, but all right, so I think it's Mandrills or bust here. So we'll go ahead and sack Neonate, pitch Analysis, because we are going to lose one. Draw a card. Oh, there's our island for Deep Analysis. Cool. And we'll go like this. Mandrills. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Play a tap land and pass the turn. So hopefully we slowed them down enough. Oh yeah, speaking of the Madness Vacuum, which is where we are right now. We're in the Angry Vacuum. More Timberwatches, okay. I understand. So I really do want to cloak up the Mandrills next turn, but part of me thinks it's a better idea to just look for more removal for this Timberwatch, which is probably exactly what I'm going to do. So we'll play a land, Deep Analysis ourselves, find a couple Root Wallas, not ideal. So we'll just cast those. Root Walla, 10 to 10, angry. It's pretty accurate, wasn't it? Wasn't it the angriest vacuum you ever saw? So attack with Mandrills and pass the turn. With Obsessive Search? Just run them all, man. Ugh. Lizalana? Uh-oh. Big oof. Yep. And they have Quirion Ranger to do this kind of like explosive nonsense with Timberwatch Elf. This is going to be a tough one, guys. I don't think we hit enough of our control magic. So we're going to see maybe 2 1-drops here. Yeah. Double Timberwatch is tough, especially when they follow it up with Lizalana. That's a lot of important elves right away. Gush on our end step, Madness and Cleanup. Oh. And Nettle Sentinel. So that's an amazing start. We're firmly on defense now. And even being on defense is kind of pointless. They're pretty much just going to... Can they just kill us with Timberwatch now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 2 is 16, 17 damage. So I guess we might as well go to 2, but we're pretty much dead. We would have had to hit our other... another removal spell to at least kill Timberwatch to be in this game, but now we're going to go to 1. Hey, Pauper or Bust, how you doing? No pumps, okay. They're going to use it defensively. We find a mountain, and that's pretty much game, but why don't we, just for gigs, go ahead and suit up Hooting Mandrills, because they know about the cloak anyway. Play a land so we can pump a Root Walla. And pass the turn, but we are dead on board. So there's kind of no... 2 poor lizard boys with their feet. Yep. That is certainly the nature of the game. So I'm not going to waste any more time here. We're firmly dead. We're dead on board, whether they see the line or not. That's kind of it's sort of semantics at this point. So I'll go ahead and scoop it up. Blazing Volley's definitely coming in here, and I think Jilts are like fine, albeit a little bad. But we'll bring in Jilts too. Just any more removal is welcome. So I'm going to take out the Jilts and the Blazing Volleys. Deep Analysis is even probably too slow. We're just going to have to get lucky. We're going to have to draw our removal quick, and we're going to have to kill all their stuff pretty much straight away. I don't see anything else that really helps us. Hooves. Or is it Sparta? It's a little bit of both, actually, Pauper or Bust. MBD used to have that tech in the olden times. Pass the first turn on the draw, discard rats, and clean up. Oof. Unearth the rats next turn. That's actually kind of savage. This hand's bad. Got a Blazing Volley. I'm going to keep it. Mandrills, I guess, can stay. But we need blue mana or more lands to do anything. No, we also need a finisher. We kind of need everything here. The 05 Dream is alive. It's always alive, Terry. All right, so we play Rugged Highlands and pass. What have you got, opponent? Anything worth bolting? Essence Warden. That is 100% worth bolting. Hooting Mandrills. We knew that was coming, so we'll go ahead and play Forest, pass the turn. Hope to keep hitting our land drops. I want to see what their next turn looks like before I kill Essence Warden. We got to play this smart. Preferably leaving as many little elves as possible on the battlefield while we kind of set up. Looks like our opponent's stuck on just expensive stuff, so we can leave... Well, we'll find out. We can leave Essence Warden for now. We'll see what their next draw is. This is where we want to be. We want to be able to control the board until they just kind of like can't get back from it. Or maybe they'll just attack us with Essence Warden a million times and the game will end that way. And 3 mana, 2 mana, Priest. Yep. So I am going to kill Priest despite Blazing Volley because they can generate so much mana with it. They might be able to commit more threats than our spot removal can handle, and we have 2 more spot removal spells in hand. And we have to start doing something to get this Hooting Mandrills on board. All right, let's pass. Does Nissa has hooves? Oh, God. Flavor Judge. Somebody. Confirm or deny. Does Nissa have hooves? I don't know if I want to live in this world anymore where Nissa has hooves. Lizalana. Yep. Pretty excellent target for another Lightning Bolt. Up to 4 mana for our Mandrills. But we had to start hitting land drops about 100 years ago. There's a land drop. We're not up to Mandrill's mana yet, but if they do play another big elf, we can Fiery Temper it. Oh, Nissa's not from Lorwyn. Okay. Well, then that makes more sense. So the Zendikari elves. Nissa's not from Zendikar, is she? Is Nissa from Zendikar? Where's Nissa from? Opponent. Going to Lizalana. Yep. So we're going to Fiery Temper that end of turn. But are still super elf supremacists. So they would not be down with elves that have hooves at all. Can they protect it? Hopefully they can't. Because after this, we're going on the play Hooting Mandrills, hope Blazing Volley does the trick plan. There's Electrickery. All right. Hopefully we've dealt with all of their big elves. Blue spells are looking real awkward. What do you got, opponent? They must just have big elves, or they're flooding out like crazy. Lead, okay. Whiff, 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 whiff. Dealing with 2 Lizalanas is a pretty big game. All right, a bunch of 1-drops. So our Blazing Volley should be able to just burn these guys next turn. They're going to gain some life about it. But, oh no. Oh, that's bad. Yep. That's going to be a big old Elvish Vanguard. We have the Jilt. We just need blue mana. Everything is fine. So Birchwell Rangers comes down. Quarian Ranger comes down. Pumps the Vanguard. And Mystic comes down. Not going to overcommit too hard. Or are they? They are. Okay, good. So Mystic comes down. I'm definitely going to fire off Blazing Volley next turn. Yep. You got it. We draw Firebolt. All right, so we're going to attack with Mandrills. I feel like they might think this is a good trade. No, they're just going to take it. Sure. So let's Blazing Volley. And pass the turn. We really need our blue mana. Like right now. Like so badly. Oh my god, really? Ah! Okay. Okay. No, I think we're gonna leave it because they might get a little cocky now. And play, if they have 2 elves in hand that are just little baby elves, they might play them out. And then we can get the rest of them. It's going to be tough. We have to hit blue mana to be in this game. And we have to fade a couple Lead the Stampedes about it. But we will do it on our end step. We're going to attack for a Jillian, yep. So in blocks, 5, 9, puts us to 8. It does buy us some time to Electrickery here, so I think we're going to. Let's hope they don't have an answer. All right, a lot of elves down. We go to 12. 2 cards in our opponent's hand, one of which is a forest. They make their land drop and pass the turn. Blue mana. Hoots. Hoots that don't doots nothing. Go to combat and swing. No blocks. Likely story. Okay. Well, pass the turn. We need a blue mana about 1,000 years ago. Oh yeah, Rapid Vigor would have been pretty nuts. So Elvish Vanguard, now a 6/6. Far from ideal. We're at 6. So we have to start blocking with our Mandrills. Fiery Temper. Alright, so we're going to Fiery Temper. It's instant speed, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Alright, pass the turn. We might have to try to trade Fiery Temper and Hooting Mandrills with this Elvish Vanguard. Pass, pass. Yeah. Okay, and we can get rid of that too. Opponent passes. That's weird. Okay, sure. Okay. So we will Firebolt Vanguard and pass the turn. That's a little odd. I guess they do know that we're on a deck like this, but we bought ourselves a little bit of time for what it's worth. So let's see what they're going to do. Another Vanguard. Great. Yep, pumps Vanguard. Well, we need our blue mana pretty much right now. So block here. Go to 5. and kill this Vanguard. Blue? No blue. Blazing Volley, though. 3. So we will 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, a little unlucky on the mana here. But it is what it is. So we'll play Mandrills to block. And pass. I don't think there's a top deck that gets us out of here besides Basic Island, and we don't have very many Basic Islands. So we got a chump. Yeah. Yep, it does feel like a 3-color deck indeed. And that's not going to do it. So, yeah, Elves, you got it. Right? Yep. Brutal. All right, so we're going into match 5 on the 0-4, so not super optimistic, but we've got good mana. We've got a 3-1, a couple of lootings to help us out, but I feel like this is really slow. I feel like being on the beatdown is how we're going to get it. No lander, perfect. And yeah, pretty much have to keep this one. Mountain to the bottom, we want more red sources. All right. Ooh, Drifty Boy. You got a list? Gets us a list now. Swiftwater Cliffs. Okay, let's lead on that and pass the turn. Opponent might think we're on Tron. I wonder what this is. We'll soon find out. Evolving Wilds for Plains. That's interesting. What could this be? Evolving Wilds for Plains Island. Augur. Oh, it's probably Tribe. It's almost 100% Tribe. So, we've definitely got our work cut out for us. Electricity is a good draw if this is going to be a Tribe match. All right, so let's go ahead and Faithless Looting. Ugh. Okay. So we'll pitch land. Looting, I guess. Play a land. Pass a turn. Hey, Alvagre7. No way, that's wicked. Well, I hope you're enjoying the YouTube channel, and thanks for popping in. We're here. We're getting mad about it. Grr. All mad all night. Grr, grr. Grr, grr, grr. Transmutes Dizzy Spell, so here comes Tribe, whether we like it or not. Yup. We have 2 answers for Tribe in hand for next turn, so we're going to kind of lean on that. We're going to have to. It's not going to give us an opportunity to resolve this Hooting Mandrills, unfortunately, but... Oh, that's wicked. Thank you very much. I need that. It was such a cool deck. And I heard he got a 4-1, right? That's amazing. So cool. It was a fun deck to play. It's like, it's got that real Timmy kind of vibe to it. All right, there's Tribe, which they can easily protect from a Lightning Axe. They'd have to discard 2 cards, I guess. They could just discard 1 accumulator, or, you know what I'm talking about. The Madness spell. This is pretty much a Madness deck. Yeah, I'm definitely going to hold on to both for the combo turn, which means we can only really commit 2 mana to Hooting Mandrills, which is a little awkward. So I guess we're going to try to kill the Tribe next turn. Although with this much mana, it's a little freaky. So we'll see how they play this turn out. If they're on a keep like that, got beaten down pretty hard last game. We're up against Tribe now. Yeah, so we're going to see how it goes with Tribe. See if our opponent decides to do any of their comboing. They don't. All right, we have to draw land or some way to get some more cards in the bin. Neonate will do it, so we'll cast Neonate. Leaving up interaction for Tribe. Yeah. Opponent brainstorms. I don't think that changes much. We're going to have to get lucky. We have 2 instant speed spells to interact with it, and then stick a Mandrills and just start beating down hard. Because they should be tapped out, so we should be able to sneak a Mandrills out, but it's going to be dicey. Ponder. Okay. Oh, yeah, so they wouldn't have enough cards in hand to kill us at that point. You're right, though. Opponent. I go to attacks with Augur. We'll take 1. That doesn't change the tribe clock at all. I kind of want to pitch the second Mandrills to Neonate, though. And then cast Mandrills next turn. I think that's what we're going to do. So we'll block with Neonate. We have to do something, or we just lose. So we'll sack Neonate, pitch Mandrills. It'll make me look more desperate. Throw the axe. And now we have something to pitch to Lightning Axe, which is kind of nice. All right, so let's go green, red, Mandrills. Only eat 1 of our lootings, begrudgingly. Yeah, I don't think so. I think we're going to have to pressure with 1. And we've got, you know, 2 spells and hope to kill this tribe through interaction. That's kind of the crazy thing about this deck, is they can just wait. And we don't have any edicts or anything. They're going to circular logic now. Okay, well, if you want to logic the Hooting Mandrills, then all the power to you. So Socks, let's get that sideboard tech going right now. How are we fighting it? What are we going to see here? Inside Out. So we're going to let them do all their stuff and pitch their hand, hopefully, early. Rootwalla beats. Man, I feel like Rootwalla beats is something you could probably just say really loud in the middle of like an electronic trance song, and it would just sound really good. So they're going to Inside Out. Yep. You got it. Pitch. Pitch. This is pretty sweet because even if they counter all of our stuff, we can still play a blocker on attacks. We can go to attacks. Attack, attack. So we will attempt to Lightning Axe your Tireless Tribe. Pitching Rootwalla. Jill would be good. Rootwalla bees. Rootwalla bees. And then for some reason I get like banned in Australia, and we would never ever be able to figure out why. So now we're going to try to Electrickery Tireless Tribe. That main deck Electrickery. We still have a Rootwalla, so yeah, so it doesn't matter. We still get to block the tribe. It's not unblockable. So now they have an Augur, a Bolas, and no cards in hand. And we have Preordained, Rootwalla on board, ready to get buff. Although we have to block tribe. So we just have Preordained, essentially. Cannot pay 11. Dispel will hit Lightning Axe. Rootwalla will come down. Look at him. The proud, the valiant Rootwalla. Go to blocks. Block your boy. It does trade with tribe. So they got no cards in hand and an Augur. And we got a Looting in the bin. So we'll Preordain first. Need a threat. Neonate's okay, but it's not what we want. I think we'd rather dig, especially where we have Faithless Looting in the bin too. Find Island, unfortunately. So we'll go ahead and Looting. Okay. Deep Analysis is pretty good here. So I think we pitch land. Land. We want both of these spells. Pass the turn. And we have time. Our opponent has nothing. Oh, is this Gush? Come on. Top deck of the century. I guess we did get to look at a fair few cards too. Even another Preordain. Yeah, it's like probably the strongest spell. So land two unknowns in our opponent's, or two lands in our opponent's hand, which is not a bad place to be. So we'll go ahead and Deep Analysis ourselves. Draw some cards. It's been sluggish. It's been sluggish tonight. So we'll go up to our 5 lands, and that's where we're gonna stay. I'm about to refill, and we have Lightning Bolt for the next combo turn. That instant speed Root Walla, though. That was the tech. That was the truth. Root Walla beats. Oh yeah, banned in all Australian places, for sure. Probably just for the Wallaby slander. So we'll Deep Analysis, draw some cards. Faithful Suiting. Pitch Root Walla. Root Walla, get some Root Wallas. Nice. 5 lands at Freddy's. We could use another green source. 2 logic and maybe a daze. One of the cards in their hand is a land. But yeah, they could have several other reactive spells. And Root Walla. And we're gonna pass with, I am gonna play this Rugged Highlands. I know it's 6 lands, but I want to be able to pump both Root Wallas next turn. We might be able to come back. I don't know. It's tough to say. Our opponent resolved Gush. They're going to probe, sure. A little unfortunate that we can't just throw away this Lightning Bolt, but there's the land we knew about. So 3 cards in our opponent's hand, all unknowns. No attacks. Turn comes back. Borderland Explorer, that's not too bad, but I don't really want to do any thinning for my opponent. So we'll suit up Root Walla, try to suit up Root Walla. It is suited. And maybe we just go for the suit up the second Root Walla. I don't see why we would hold off on this, especially where we can dredge it back if we really need it that bad. Go to combat, attack with 2 4/4s. Root Walla beats. Root Wallabies. Ah, there's another tribe for us to fight through. Fantastic. Any attacks? We're threatening lethal. So we want to know if Borderland Explorer resolves before we do anything else, so we'll go ahead and do this first. Because if we're going to attack with both, we need a blocker. We will discard Rugged Highlands. We're going to get a forest. And I'm kind of inclined to play it. But I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess it means they don't have to block one of them. They don't have to block one of them anyway. All right, go to combat. They are going to attack. They are going to block one, I believe. Or I guess this gives them a line to not block at all. But yeah, I kind of figured. So we'll pump. Opponent takes 6, down to 6. They have to have a pretty good hand to beat us here. That's kind of what Tribe does. They just sculpt the perfect hand. Shadow Rift? Oh god, this is it, isn't it? They know we have Bolt too, so to be confident there, they would have had to have 3 perfect cards. Cantripping. It's a good sign for us. Bottom, bottom. Let's go. Bottom, bottom. Come on. One card on bottom and one card on top. All right, it was Brainstorm. Which isn't great news for us. I don't think they can, like, punish us. If they only have one blocker, I don't think they can punish us with Giga Draft. Like, I don't think they have any... Yeah, and Firebolting it is probably a good idea. We probably will shoot a couple of Firebolts next turn. Although it is burn damage. We have 5 burn in hand right now. I'm not going to get too risky. Only one of these creatures has to get in for us to threaten lethal in a couple of ways. So, next turn is going to be tense. We've seen 2 Circular Logics. They have Dizzy Spell as well. That's worth considering. This will be it. This will be the one time Dizzy Spell is just savagery. Has anyone gotten away with that? Is there any Tribe players in the chat that has, like, Dizzy Spelled something to, like, stop lethal? Because that's pretty clutch. And you know we're having a good time. They only have one Dizzy Spell? Okay. So don't have to worry about Dizzy Spell. Hard tank on the Brainstorm. Maybe they're going through the line. Maybe they're reduking over there right now. Did you guys watch that? I watched the Reed Duke's Vintage Challenge there over the last few days. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing watching that guy play. Jessness did it to you once. So it's probably pretty common then. Rift. So they're even low on Shadow Rifts here. I've only seen one Inside Out. It's pretty great. It means we probably win, hopefully. They come in all different shapes and sizes, these deep tanks. Granted, they're generally deep, but then the opponent will, you know, kill you the next turn. Or just have it. As you cook? Well, Reed cooks in the Vintage Challenge stream as well. So if this is just... Okay, it's just Augur. Okay. So I think we got him. We should have him. Swing with everything, kill him with a burn spell. But then if they have counter magic for the burn spell... Opponent's going to gush. All pre-combat. Yep. Whoa! What do you mean? That's some tech I think they had in the Spanish tournaments. All right. We've got lots of burn damage in hand, and they're tapped out. I think we just win. So go to combat, swing. Oh, Rich Shea is fantastic. They should release a cookbook. We got them. Okay, they knew about the bolt too. So, playing Tireless Tribe. Jilt, right? Jilt. Just got to find that blue mana on time, and we'll be jilting them right. We'll jilt them right out. Get our opponent jilted into oblivion. Get that game win up there. I've had more unlucky nights than this, Sox. So we've got that going for us. I've straight not won games at all. I think Firebolt's a lot worse in this matchup. So I'm going to take Firebolts out. It doesn't even kill Neonate. Or it doesn't even kill Augur. So I think we're going to take that out. That's what we're going to do. I can't think of anything else that would be worth. Really. I guess gaining life with Pulse is fine, but if you're... Oh, no, yeah. The Reed Duke cookbook, I think he should have the booths. You know, screw Jamie Oliver and his lying about how long it takes to cook things. Reed Duke would 100%. He'd be with you right there through the whole thing. Reed Duke does not leave the stove until the meal is done. It does, yeah, it forces discard, but I feel like it's got so little versatility. For this matchup, definitely not. I think you need like Seal of Removal. We got a lot of instant speed interaction. We've got a Faithless Looting to try to find our green source for our Hooting Mandrills, and we know putting pressure on right away is important. So we'll do it like this. Opponent kept 7 as well. Yeah, Jilt is instant speed interaction. We have to find both of our colors here. I think that could be cool. I definitely like the green-red aggressive decks. Because he's an altruist too, right? All right, well, we found our green mana. So we'll pitch the blue spell, and we'll have 3 cards in the graveyard, which means we need 3 lands. So I'll pitch a mountain as well here. We want second red source, but I'm okay holding on to this looting to cast next turn if we draw something we don't want. Pretty intense set, eh? pretty thorough testing. We have seen a lot of decks, a lot of different decks that attack on various angles. Yeah, I think Neonate is as good as looting here. So play a land, to play around days, play Neonate. Pass turn. Always praying for that blue, man. I like this. That Neonate can just attack around Augur of Bolas. You don't give a dang. Inside out. Probably kind of an island for a forest and a wilds. There's our blue mana. Awkward that committing our blue mana this turn puts us off the Hooting plan, but I guess it doesn't. We could Faithless Looting. Opponent, it's got Menache. Oh, I was scared for a second there. I was like, all right. The Menache resolves. I don't want to discard any of this. So I think the deal is we're just gonna Mandrills, Dredge, or Delve, pass turn. Deep Analysis is a pretty cool card. What do you have? Permanent. Ponders. I like it when Tribe's less scary, when they don't have a Tireless Tribe on board. That's really like the, the honeymoon phase of the match. They're going to shuffle, so they're still digging. Still firmly in the digging phase. Wild Mongrel's pretty good. Oh, they're going to get Hoots Magoots. Dang it. 4/4 is such a good threat. I haven't cast the Looter. I think that would be cool, though. I'd like to. 1 would be good here, but we didn't have blue mana when we drew it. Maybe I should have thought about it a little bit more, but thinking's for thinking is for the proletariat, or for the bourgeoisie. It has shadow. That's true. That is some tech right there. I don't know if we should just use looting to accelerate. Maybe we just pitch looting Neonate. But they might just have another journey. I think we have to do this to accelerate out Hooting Mandrills. There's Jilt. Whatever goes in isn't coming back out either. Well, this is awkward. I think we're going to lose Electrickery. Maybe it wasn't correct to do that. And Cliffs. Evolving Wilds. Get our blue source. And Mandrills. Don't stop believing. Oh, Nirok, we're going to get him. Throw away Mandrills. No way. Matt says it and Karsten wrote about it. That's pretty classic Frank Karsten right there. Well, yeah, I guess you're right. I feel like our hand looks pretty okay. It's not great, but I think it's okay. Our opponent's going to discard a bunch of cards to hand size. They have 2 inside outs in hand. Yeah, it is, eh? Pretty much. But I mean, we're putting pressure on now. It's not ideal. We'll probably have to sandbag just about whatever we draw. Opponent not attacking. Pitching inside out. We draw another lightning axe. That's kind of funny. Go to combat. Attack with hooting mandrills. I don't know, man. So opponent doesn't want to go down to 1 blocker. Fairly obvious. Yeah, I trust Frank more than actual math too. I'll snap that off right now. Opponent ponders. Believe in me who believes in you. We got some Gurren Lagann fans out there. Oh man, that was a great day. The day I decided that it was time to just let myself enjoy the Gurren Lagann series. Well, I trust the math too, but I trust Frank Kirsten more than the math. I didn't say I don't trust the math. And you don't always have to trust the math. People revise models all the time. That's pretty much what the entire basis of economic science is on. So the math's not always on. The math isn't always 100%. Sometimes it's just never 100% maybe, if we really want to get deep into it. All right, no tribe. Staying alive. Opponent getting frisky with the augers. I like it. Yep. And passes. Swing for 5. Lightning bolt in hand. I like that. Let's get some more burn going. Put our opponent to 5 next turn. Euclidean space is a lie. Is this going to become a meme? We trust Frank Karsten more than math. 2 cards on bottom. They're still digging for tribe. Brainstorms. Alavagre. Usually I wait until some results are posted. This is kind of an exception. I like Socks. Like, they're just a really great community member, and they did post results at their LGS with it. It looked like a really tuned deck. So that's why I'm playing it tonight. But usually I'll wait for like 5-0s and stuff like that in the league results, just to make sure that it's like somewhat rigorous, I guess. Oh, I could. Opponent's going to basic land cycle. Thinning. Plays an island, and will we have the pass? I like when they get frisky with the augers. Get frisky with the augers again. They very well may, too. All right, turn comes back. I don't want to burn the bolt yet. We have another Jilt. Go to combat. Attack with hooting mandrills. And depending on how many blockers they have next turn, there is an argument for just jilting a blocker to try to get lethal. So they're going to start chumping. I like that. Trampley boy tramples in. Yep. Opponent's at 8. We'll just pass. I could also just lightning axe the auger, pitching jilt. Attack for 5, and then they're dead. There are lines. It would be really unfortunate if they found a journey. Tribe, yep. Doesn't super duper matter. But I think we got to get in a fight and try to win this turn. So let's go to end step. And attempt to... Well, we're going to pitch a jilt, so they're going to know about it. We're going to try to jilt the tribe. And we'll see if our opponent has a response. They dispel. Okay. So with the spell on the stack, we're going to Lightning Axe, Augur, pitch Lightning Axe. They let Augur go. Jilt down. Turn comes back. Neonate. Let's try to Jilt the tribe. And if this goes through, we win. Is this another Dispel? Good lord. They're going to Gush. Okay. Come on. Don't have it, don't have it, don't have it. Shadow Rift, still digging. It goes back. We attack. And they can't have found the answer, or they would have just stopped our Jilt. So I think we got him. Lightning Bolt for the win? Please. Oh my god. Okay. No problem, Rumbles, man. I'm glad I could help. We are in the direst of straits now. Our Jilts are gone. We can only deal 1 damage. We need a Bolt. We can't block the tribe. They have Inside Out in hand. All right, attack with Neonate. We have live draws and we have 2 draws to find them. We were so close. So we're going to discard Rootwalla, draw a card. Dig, 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 dig. Big digs. Rugged Highlands doesn't do it. Cast Neonate. Sack Neonate. Pitch Highlands. Come on! Looter! Alright. Pass a turn. We'll represent like that. They might try to play around it. Yep. It does, but this has flying. Jilt doesn't have flashback, unfortunately. So our opponent, they're not buying it. They're coming in. Guys, that was so stupidly close. I am so mad. F. F, guys. F. Okay. We got to take him in the next one. I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this. The Firebolts are coming back in. But they probably shouldn't. Ugh. Okay. Nope. No. Nope. God. Okay, we have answers. We have answers. The Gartouche was kind of problematic. There's Neonate to try to speed things up. But I don't know if it's good enough. I think we want a Faithless Looting, so we're going to bottom Neonate. Play our tap land, pass a turn. Oh, guys. It was so close. I could taste it. That Hydro Blast, man. Opponent ponders. Yep. It's got to be a good draw. We got to go fast. Ugh. Okay. Pass. They didn't shuffle off of their ponder, so I think Tribe's going to come down. And we're probably in trouble here. Part of me kind of wants to just like pressure them with my burn spells so that we can play Hooting Mandrills. They did get planes. Oh my god, deck, please. Oy. Yeah, Metamorphose is like real expensive in paper, right? Got my playset though. So there's Tribe. Let's have a fight. They have to discard 2 cards to save it from Lightning Axe. We can also bolt it in response. So we can like strip their hand pretty good here. Might not be the correct time to fight, but I'm going to dispel. Okay, so there's no point bolting if they dispel it. Turn comes back. Rootwalla. That's awkward, Rootwalla. Could you have not been a little bit earlier? Player hoots. Cross your fingers. You've never been punished that hard for having a risk of mana base? Welcome to the punish zone. It's on your list to try. Yeah, I think Metamorphose could be cool. Ooh, yeah, Pyro's Hydras are pretty expensive too. Are we dead? Shadow Rift Inside Out. Meme Team Dream. If I were them, I might just go all in here. The Punish Zone. That should just be what Wednesday night's called. The Punish Zone. It's kind of ironic. Like, I think if I went and evened out, I probably should do like a year in review. If I went and evened out my... Oh my god, is this Cartouche? This is a Cartouche Boosh. Are we dead? Maybe they're slow rolling it. They want us to enjoy it. Come on, try me good, daddy. Where I play 4 color decks in Pauper. Just another tribe. All right. So we're not dead yet. And we can leave a bolt in the future. There's a land. I don't think I want to play that. Attack with Mandrills. They take 4. Play Rootwalla. Pizzy the Tizzy. Rootwalla definitely dying for the cause here. Unfortunately. Yeah, maybe add a couple more blue sources. That would be cool. Driving through the Punish Zone. Let's see what this is. Gushes. Inside Out, and that's probably it. I can't imagine they don't have any interaction here. Probes. Okay, so they know about our bolt now. Shadow Rift, okay. Inside Out, yep. I mean, it's not like I'm not going to try to kill it, because I am. Opponent goes to attacks. Attacks with Tribe. Go through the blocks. Can't block. Lightning Bolt. And you got us. GG. Yep. All right, guys. Unfortunately, 0-5 with Madness tonight. Hey guys, just finished up the league with Rug Madness. It was pretty sweet when we did get those 2 wins. We were able to discard cards in the right order. We got turn 1, 2 Basking Rootwallas right off the bat. So we get to do some of the cool things this deck is able to do. We even almost ground out Tribe in that match where we got to cast 2 deep analyses. So I can totally see where the power is coming from. I think we got a little bit unlucky. You got time walked a couple times by Chittering Rats, flooded out, mana screwed, all of these different kinds of things. Of course, Socks is a community member. They're on Reddit. They're in my Discord now. So if you want to chat with them about the deck, if you have any suggestions, or if you want to try it out for yourself and you want to see how they would change it, you can definitely hit them up in there. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for sticking around for the entire league video, and thanks so much for hanging out for the entire stream here on Twitch. We're going to go host it on over to another Pauper player, so have yourself a good night.